Years later, I wrote a poem for him, which was actually something I had stopped doing. Well, here's a story. There's a story about everything. But once upon a time, this professor at Columbia, he took an interest in my poetry. And he invited me to come to his pied-à-terre off Fifth Avenue, just east of the Metropolitan Museum. This was a very classy setup. It was an adventure I was enjoying. And I remember I had my old school unlined notebook, with lots of stuff in it, paragraphs, poems and stuff, a year and a half of it. And I got to his place, and it was a really tiny elevator, like nothing I'd ever seen before. One person, you couldn't fit more than one person in. Went up, opened right up into his apartment. And he fed me drink, Jack Daniels, as I remember. And he had me read some of my poems out loud to him. He was very enthused. He told me I had a unique voice. I was elated. And then he put his hand on me, and he put it there in that way. And I just so did not want it to end in sex. I mean, I was 20 years old, and I was really getting tired of getting hit on all the time. It never occurred to me that he might have found me hot because he actually liked my poems. I just thought that he was bullshitting me, that I'd been set up. So I remember when I left, I took the notebook and I tossed it into a bin just south of the Metropolitan Museum. And I swore I would never again write a poem. Until this. For Russell, on the 30th anniversary of your murder. As a child, I learned the names of birds I remember to this day. Blue jay, crow, whippoorwill. Their calls mattered. The morning song, the flight, the span, the shadow. Every night my childhood bed would lift, go wide and fly. I had impossible dreams about me. I live near water, and birds will come and go, and I am happy to hear their calls. The day begins. We have survived. I have your secrets. I know your smell. I have never stopped seeing your face. How is it possible you are so long gone? The plump ringed dove, the narrow-nested swift, the crested ones, both blue and red, their voices, they are known to me. I hear them and know they sing long after we are left. I no longer remember the sound of your voice, nor any word you might have mentioned. But I do remember this. The underwear, the silly pants, the short, silent gestures, gnomic and naughty, the endless rotations we made of our room, our own private nightclub without bouncers. I hope that death is a kind of flying, that it's just a different view. I will preen when daylight comes and voice a full-throated song all my own. I will wonder if you'd hear me, or if maybe I'd hear you. I loved you once, and you loved me. There is too much enoughness within that. The empty sky, the silhouette, the rush of wings. Fly on, and in time I will follow.